Hi there. I'm going to go over accessing Coursemology, the tool that we'll be using for the next little bit, just as a way of sharing some coursework, and then we'll see kind of how long Operation Quarantine lasts for. But in the meantime, it works really well for keeping kind of like lessons and challenges for coding all in one spot rather than kind of flip-flopping back and forth. So we'll be using this as our primary tool for practicing coding as well as learning new tools. And so while I'll post a link inside Canvas to Coursemology, really everything will be hosted here. That way it can be in one spot. So the nice thing is that Coursemology is a learning management system, just like Canvas or Google Classroom. The difference is it was designed to have some built-in coding tools. So it allows you to code inside the window as opposed to leaving and going to Trinket or somewhere else to code. And it also allows me to create tests for your code so that it will mark it and at least tell you if it's right or wrong. Now, you might be able to beat the test without really doing it the right way. It's not perfect, but at least that way you won't have to wait for feedback and me to check it to say, hey, this was done the right way. You'll know whether or not it's working and at least doing what it's supposed to be doing. So I'm going to add your emails, your school emails to Coursemology directly, but you'll still need to make an account. So when you go to coursemology.org, and you'll get into this window like this, you'll click register, and all the only information you need to give is your name, email, and make a password. Okay, and I haven't really been able to set this up for myself because I already have the instructions, but I'm gonna click sign in on mine because I already have the account. So this isn't my teacher account. I said I made up a separate student account. So now I'm saved and logged in here, and I'm going to go to this CS Dojo 2020. So when you log in, the homepage will always have announcements, and the ones that are like the newest are highlighted, the ones in this kind of red thing. And I just kind of gave an outline of what's in here. So I just want to go over briefly kind of the super quick overview of what Coursemology offers. And a lot of this you'll just kind of pick up by exploring and as we kind of move along. So we're already on the announcements page, really. So we can go to an announcements page and it obviously notifies you to new ones. So work is divided mainly into two sections. So I've kept this, I've used it in the past, so I've kept this kind of the structure uh, as I've done in the past. So missions are kind of like larger problems that we solve that don't necessarily teach you anything new, but they're an opportunity for you to solve a challenge using the tools and the skills that you already know. So it's not so much a new thing. It's really a practice thing or a larger problem or word problems kind of thing where you don't really know what you're supposed to tools to use and you've got to solve it that way. And then trainings is the one we'll use more in the beginning. And trainings are broken down into two areas. So we have katas and training sessions. So training sessions are the new things, like they're going to teach you new things and kind of a introductory thing, and they might involve multiple choice questions, some explanation, as well as some actual programming as well involved as well. And then katas are the ones where they're going to be more, again, more practice, like smaller than missions, but very clear what you're supposed to do. So if we have some training sessions introducing something like if statements and conditionals, then we'll have a kata based on practicing that as well. And the difference being a mission would have a challenge that it's not clear that you need to use conditional statements. You'd have to figure it on your own. So as my student is in here right now, none of these are open. I can't do them. When you log in, you'll be able to do one. There'll be an attempt button here. The reason you can't do these, despite the fact that the date is fine, it'll say you do not fulfill the requirements of the assessment. That's because in Coursemology, I'm able to set it up where to complete this thing, you have to, or start it, you have to have finished something else. So that way I don't have to necessarily order it, like do this, then do this, then do this. I can make sure you can't even have a choice of moving on before you're ready, basically. And the first one that you're going to have, I haven't posted yet, but when I do, it'll be the first one you do. And that one will allow you to do this one. And then completing this one will allow you to do this one. And then this one allows you to do this one. So when I click on one of these, you can often see the explanation or a little bit of introductory, but it'll tell you the task you need to complete here before you can move on. Okay, so like I said, normally you'll see an attempt button in order to know which ones you can do and which ones you can't. I'm going to try to, only release so many or only a few per week, just so you're not feeling overwhelmed, as opposed to, opening up everything and allowing you to kind of crush a course really fast. But that's mainly to keep you from being, like I said, overwhelmed. You'll notice a couple things then. So I do have this kind of like level 0, and you might have noticed already these experience points and bonus experience points. So basically, Coursemology is a little bit gamified. So completing different challenges gives you a different amount of experience points, and the bonus points are based on completing them in a certain time. So the points mean nothing other than fun, or if you're challenging yourself to try to, or challenging each other. Remember, none of this at this point is anything for a grade. We're just trying to give you something to, keep busy and not fall too far behind in your understanding of programming and computer science. So the points, basically, I have them set up where when I post things for the following week, I'm going to make them the bonus points expire by the end of the week. Again, just as a fun thing to try to maybe a bit of a challenge. And there's other things like achievements, which are kind of like badges and things like that. The leaderboard will show the top few students and what their points are like. And we won't probably be using comments too much, but again, the comments would be much more like things like where we might have discussion posts we can do as well. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So when we'll post another video that actually goes through how to code inside REPL and how to complete a challenge. But the next thing we're going to do is look at using another tool to actually do most of our coding. I'll talk about that in the next video, but basically we're going to use a different window to do most of our coding, only because while we can code in Coursemology, other tools do just a better job. So it gives you a little bit better feedback, a better tool to code, and then we're going to basically paste our code in here to do the error checking. So that's basically it. We're going to, you can get started and log in just to be able to click around, and then, like I said, follow the first challenge will actually give you the video on using another website called REPL to actually do your coding. And that's it.